What's up, everybody? This is Ominous for Responsible Gaming and Ominous Designs episode 126, doing a Monday recording, possibly for the last time. I just missed my start again in my recording by not displaying the damn screen. So I'm starting over again, but I barely got started. Oh, spoiler. So, we're doing a Planeswalker themed episode. And look at what I have over here. My first design is a creature that says what's his face, and planeswalkers you control get +6/+6 for each planeswalker you control. I don't know for a fact that I wanted to say for each +X and each planeswalker you control. I'm gonna think about this. I was looking up the planeswalker that becomes creatures. This is mostly Gideon all the time. Then it is Sarkhan. Then all of those make lands become creature, artifact become creature, etc., etc. So we can bet on Planeswalker turning into creatures in the future being Boros colors. We can say, well, this card would work if in Boros colors right now, and we could open it to green because I kind of feel like one day a green Planeswalker is going to turn into a creature. Um, it's a bit of a bet. So as it is, it's already kind of tricky. I think, I think I would do it. I would make it Boros mostly for fear of people not understanding the design. Um, I don't know. I don't know because on the other hand, if I make it Gruul, for example, people should understand that the the concept and the idea that is behind it is that eventually, or that in some reality, there would be green planeswalker turning into creatures, and I think it would make for somewhat. Oh no, yeah, I can't do red and green because there's only one. Yeah, that would have been Selesnya, and for some reason I don't love that. I like the idea of buffing creatures in Gruul colors. I like it a little less in Selesnya, and the ultimate uh, concession or whatever could be to make it Naya, but damn, this is getting real weird, I guess. Um, I was thinking doing something like this, and wait a second. So I want to see Sylvan Advocate because this is kind of what motivated or inspired this. And this guy has vigilance and says, as long as you control 6 or more lands, Sylvan Advocate and +2. I was thinking of embodiment of might. Embodiment. So embodiment gives whenever land until the you have no land creature you control have vigilance. Yeah, so it's separate. Well, it's not separate. It's the only thing that says that gives something to land creatures. So because I kind of want to also give them trample, so that something extra interesting happens. And so it would be something like this. Planeswalker you control have trample. So it'd be something like that. Yeah, I think it's interesting. I have no idea what you meant. I haven't done any flavor investigation to begin with over here today, so um, Planeswalker friend. What you say? Yeah, it's at least this helps you justify the cost, I guess. The power level. If I do 3/3 trample for 3, pretty boring, especially in 3 colors. Um, but it has the potential to be either, I mean, 4/4 Trampler is not very impressive either. But if you build around it, yeah, it's not fantastic, is it? Can this be a 4/4 Trampler for 3, knowing that it's Naya colors? I wonder, man, I wish I could count colors. Colors. Green. I don't think there is a Naya. Oh, is there a Naya creature? CMC3 type creature. This guy 2/2 pay 1 at 3, pretty sweet. Marath of the Wild. It's basically a 3/3 that can remove counters. Over here we have a 2/3 that pays 6 to put creatures onto the battlefield. Nothing is vanilla so far. This Kavu blue and black creatures will deal this turn. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, there you go. Woolly Thogstar. I guess I knew it. So 5/4 for 3. 4/4 Trampler for 3. Kind of like more the new type of power level, vanilla power level. Like nowadays, you pay 3 colors, you basically get a 4/4 with a bunch of abilities. 4/4 Trampler 4, pretty darn sweet. I mean, I'm thinking CDC is a 3/3, is she? CDC. Oh, 4, my bad. But how is she called? So we have Savage Knuckleblade, Savage. Yeah, there's probably a lot of Savage. Is a 3/3 with 3 abilities. And we got what's her face? What's she called? God damn it. Yeah. Anyway, she's a 4/4 with a bunch of cool abilities too. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, the Ebzan one. Just gonna look it up so that nobody gets upset. Basically me. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, at least you will. You probably do. Anavenza. What a weird name. Yeah, 4/4. And then Doran too. Okay. So yeah, I think this is more of the kind of stuff that you would see nowadays. I could make it legendary. I could make it mythic. I don't quite know yet. I'll have to depend on what kind of flavor I find, I think. I mean, you can put a little bit more of power level on the back of being a legendary creature. So we could do this maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, on the other hand, um, if you want to play it in a deck, you don't want a beefy creature to be legendary very much because what's the point of having a 4/4 Trampler for 3 if you can only play one? I mean, or if you kind of are incentivized to only play one in your deck, like you kind of want a beef to add on to another beef. Only one 4/4 Trampler is not going to make your deck. So I don't love that, but I don't know. It might also be a rare. I mean, I don't know. There is also. Oh, come on. There. Okay. It might also be the case that I want to put a static. Like the problem with the static is that I can't give it to the creature anymore. I can give it to this guy. 5/5 Trampler for 3 if you have a Planeswalker is pretty darn impressive, isn't it? So you play this on turn 3, then on turn 4 you play a 4-drop Planeswalker, and boom! 5/5 Trampler attacking on turn 4. So I mean, the problem is I don't want it to be terrible if you don't have a Planeswalker, because that's just those cards feel bad. Like I suck unless I do my little planeswalker thing. Because, I mean, in constructed, it pretty much sucks to have a 3/3 Trampler for 3 different colors, I do believe. I don't know if that's kind of like playing around now. 3/4 Trampler, kind of cool. So Siege Rhino is a 4/5. As you can see, I haven't really played in Standard recently. 4/5 Trampler, yeah. And he's partly insane because of the life gain more than the body, even though the body is very, very respectable. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of in between, right? Because I do believe that if you drop a 4/4 Trampler and then on next turn you put a Planeswalker and you attack with your 5/5 Trampler, this is kind of somewhat crazy. And actually, it might justify a mythic, like a legendary status, maybe. You would make a pure like constructed around this guy and a bunch of super friends, and maybe that would work. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think we can power balance it, but I think it's kind of interesting as it is. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because my other card is gonna give us some trouble, I do believe. Planeswalker. Oh boy, that is old. I don't think that's what I want. Double Planeswalker, I don't think so. Double face guarantee for it. 4 BT Planeswalker. Do I really need a? Oh, actually, hmm, hmm. Okay, let's see. There's probably a new layout Planeswalker somewhere. Um, I guess I haven't done it yet. M15 Planeswalkers. Is that it? Clearwalker. I think I might want a Clearwalker actually. Yeah, okay. Set info very quickly. Oops. There you go. Okay. So, yeah. Well, this is gonna be kind of jarring. So I actually had a name that I kind of like. Well, I'll show you after. So, oh man, the zoom is kind of weird, is it? Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. Well, it's kind of weird, but that'll do. So thing is, oh, but it doesn't have 4 lines. You really need a special templates for that, do you? Ah, that's annoying. Promotional, textless, double face Planeswalker, M15 double face, M15. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Modern style, four walkers, but four walkers. Yeah, it's not the new. I might be missing some templates. I think I want a 4 ability walker, so I'm just gonna do it over there, and we will. I'll change the template later on if needed. So. Ooh, that's kind of brown. It's weird. So, one of my ideas was when his name enters the battlefield. I don't know. This is an idea. I don't know if I'm gonna go in with it. And actually, it's gonna influence how many lines I need on this thing. Remove all counters from all planeswalkers and put that many counters on. Which actually doesn't work, right? That's terrible. The problem is I don't think he can enter the battlefield with 0 and just like stay there and have his trigger. Ha! That also kind of kills the ability, doesn't it? Okay. All right. Yeah, that's just not very good. It's too bad. I kind of like this base or this idea at least. Because but it also led to a lot of problems. I wanted a planeswalker who has a bunch of 0 abilities. 0 cost, I had no idea how to justify it. 0 loyalty, I could do it that way. But the only way I could make this work was when you cast card name, but I don't really like it. Remove all counters from all planeswalkers, and then you do enters the battlefield with that many counters on it. So there is several issues with this. For one, that's uncounterable destroy all planeswalkers, which damn. And I mean, really, it's the only problem. I mean, yeah, I don't know. This is possibly unfun and too powerful, but a card that only destroy all planeswalkers, well, it doesn't only do that, it's going to become one. But a card that only works if there are planeswalkers and all it does is kill planeswalkers. Like, there is no card that only kills planeswalkers. There's only things that do planeswalker things and other things, because there's no format in ever on which you can count on always having a planeswalker to do something too. There is creature removal because creatures are basically magic, but there is no, one black destroy target planeswalker. They haven't done that, which tells you that it is a real downside. I mean, it basically doesn't justify to be a card. And actually, I mean, it also explains why we shouldn't be doing this. At the same time, I'm trying to argue that it's not too powerful because it's very narrow. But at the same time, I should also say, well, you're making a card that's kind of cool, except if there isn't a planeswalker out there, it's gonna do 0. Um, which which is just about a deal breaker. Like again, I could be saying, well, that way we can make it very powerful, and it is. But what happens then is you make a very powerful planeswalker and you can cast it. So yeah, I guess that's a deal breaker. I like that. And okay, so and to tell you, the flavor of this planeswalker too is I want to call him, I don't remember what name, Void Incarnate, and it would be real cool to have a bunch of 0s everywhere. And one of the ways would be to just have him get some counters uh, and enter the battlefield. And I also love the idea that it's just like it is vacuuming and stealing counters from other planeswalkers. I think that's real cool. So we're gonna try and do it another way. Comcast. Really hate you, Comcast. Hopefully we can finish this episode. Okay, so I was saying I had this idea that was whenever another planeswalker ability is activated, remove one loyalty counter from that planeswalker and put one loyalty counter on card name. So it's gonna steal loyalty from other planeswalker. Then I said, well, it's unfortunate because this ability takes too much space for a very fringe effect, and I don't think we can justify it. Okay, I don't think it's good enough. Um, it's doing too little for too much space. So we're gonna need to toss that again. Boom. So what can we do? We could try and do something like, um, we could try and do whenever enters the battlefield. No, I forgot. I was again gonna do a 0 that comes into the battlefield with a trigger that puts counter on it, and it just doesn't work. Oh man, I really wanted something that didn't have counters. Okay, let's do something different. So, my concept was a bunch of zeros though. So let's say he does have a cost and he does have a loyalty. I'm putting some random number right now and random color even. The 0 could be, so I had two ideas. I had the planeswalker that prevents people from attacking it, and the planeswalker that tries and blinks itself and come back with as many counters as it had. Um, except the two of them are just too powerful, right? Because that makes for tick up forever kind of planeswalker. The only thing I could see is no, it's just not cool. The only thing I could see is if you say, for example, +1, you can't attack it. It would take a long time to do anything else than just that, and it would be like take a turn, take a turn, take a turn, and anytime you want to use the counters, it would then be vulnerable again. The only problem with that is it's actually also pretty boring because you get a Planeswalker that you drop and then you take turns, 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 nothing happens, and then you actually start doing something with it. So the the flip side of this, the only good part is that you could finally have a Planeswalker that like costs very little. You could finally have a Planeswalker that does this, for example, and you do this, you can touch this, and then you do like maybe this guy has 1, and then you do -2 or -3. I'm just like that, and then you know something like that. Um, I don't love it. I think it's interesting, but it's not really what I had in mind when I got started. And it is inherently kind of disappointing because for the longest time it's a planeswalker that isn't really a planeswalker, and I think it is pretty annoying. It looks like a ratchet bomb of sort. We could do something like this. Boy, those colors are awful. They're pretty ugly. So you could do something like that. You could do gets out for cheap, 2 or 3, ticks up, ticks up, ticks up, blows up something like 3 turns later, or 2 turns. No, wait, +1, +1, -3, and you could kind of see it like a bomb, but it's not very interesting, is it? It's unfortunate because I had pseudo ideas and none of them can be implemented. So yeah, that's a problem. The other thing that I wanted to do is try and push a Planeswalker with a lot of zeros and do something like sacrifice a creature, I guess. Or and something like that. this power. What's going on here? This is messed up, isn't it? And this would be something like destroy target creature. And what's oh, because it's you do minus something. It's too bad. I kind of wanted to do like a bunch of zeros, but I don't know how I would have done that for the ultimate though. So it would be like destroy target creature, and or what's the Garruk? Is it relentless? Garruk's relentless is sorry, 0 deals 2 damage to target creature. That creature deals damage equal to 2. It's kind of annoying. I don't think. Can you do this? That creature. If you destroy. I wonder if you can do this. If you can do that creature deals damage equal to card name. Equal to its. Well, whatever. Oh, and this says. This actually must say. Like Garruk destroys target creature. What does Nahiri say? Nahiri says. Nahiri just says destroy. Oh, exile. Exile, I get blah blah blah. That deals damage. That might work. I don't know if, because you can say deal damage, that creature deals damage too. I don't know if you can do say destroy that creature deals damage. Oh yes, you probably can because it works with sacrifice, right? If you do fling, fling says sacrifice a creature. Oh no, it's flings that deals damage to the sacrifice creature. I don't know. I wonder if isn't there something that says whenever a creature dies, it deals damage too? And in which case, if you destroy, you should still have time to die and do damage. Yeah, I think that would work. It's a little stretchy and kind of not convoluted, but it's to try and force a bunch of zeros in there. Meh. I'm having a hard time tonight because, like I said, I had a couple ideas and they're not working out on their own. So I'm kind of trying to jam the philosophy of the card in there, and it's not being very natural. What could you do with the zero? A zero ultimate sounds very hard. Zero ultimate. Hmm. Hmm. Um, Sorry, I was thinking about a bunch of things. I don't know how long I've been staring at the screen. Ah, that's great streaming. Um, so what could be the problem is the ultimate needs you to wait until you have upped the creature a bunch of times. So if you don't enforce this because the cost is zero, what I could think of is let's do something that is going to result in a bunch of counters being removed and um, and will do nothing if you don't have a lot. So let's say you need to have so you gain counters based on the power of the creature you sacrifice, which means you could reasonably go very fast, very high, because you can just put this Planeswalker on the battlefield, sack a big guy, and next turn you already have a like 6 power Planeswalker, and you downgrade and you do 6 something, and the 6 something um, but what sucks is, I mean, you already saw that the zero negative is kind of hard to pull. You need to kind of cheat with the template so that it's a zero. But the ultimate zero is also very hard to pull because if I was to say something like, okay, deal X damage to um, all creatures and Planeswalker, I guess I could do that. Deal X damage to all creatures and Planeswalker, where X is the amount of counters loyalty counter on that dude, then he dies no matter what, which could be fine, but is also weird. And yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, I could do X minus one. Uh, I could do -1, I guess. Um, so it'd be something like that. Deal X damage to all creatures, players, and planeswalkers, where X is the number of loyalty. Did you see this? It's pretty rough, huh? I'll probably do only creatures and planeswalkers just for the side. Uh, Damn, even that is too big. Um, so how would that? So that would be, plus it a bunch of times, and destroy guys. It wouldn't be a great planeswalker, would it? I don't know how much it would cost either. Um, hmm. So you need to start by sacking guys if you want to have anything. I mean, okay, so the great part is the great part or the busted part is I made a planeswalker that can actually destroy any creature and then just die, which is pretty sweet. Which is why Garrick only could you just make -X? Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to force in there is have a bunch of zeros. Yeah, that's absolutely what I was trying to force in there. Hi Wilson. Wilson 3. Yeah. And like I've been saying since the beginning of this video, this is definitely making for a pretty darn convoluted design. Um, I do believe if you want to make a planeswalker that can just destroy the creature and potentially even survive, then you probably need to do something like this. Um, and then the deal damage to all creatures and planeswalker is also pretty weird because um, because it's a deal damage, so it doesn't feel very black at all. Because this is essentially when you do the 0, it's essentially it's a removal that either is going to leave your planeswalker alive or not. You can just pay 5, 0 it, destroy something, your planeswalker dies. I mean, you can maybe pull something like this, but or maybe like this, who knows? And then you kind of try and justify the damage. But then the entire void theme is completely lost. This is a disaster. Yeah. Hmm. Pretty rough, huh? Removal counters for card name. Yeah. So you would say remove, then deal damage to each creature or planeswalker works in the counters removed this way. Well, if you really want to cheat, like the problem with doing a 0 that says remove X is that it's very, very obvious. You're completely cheating the loyalty cost because it doesn't make any sense, to have a cost of 0 that says remove X when this is how costs work. Um, Whereas if I do 0, this guy deals damage to everybody, then I pretty much I I cheated around the cost. Like the cost is 0, fine, it's paid, and then damage goes out, and then he takes damage to his face, and it results in losing loyalty counters. So I think this cheats counters more efficiently. Then I could also just say, well, I'm just doing X damage to everybody, and we're done, and he dies. That's that's pretty reasonable. Um, the idea was just, can I make him survive? And honestly, I kind of have like the idea of making him survive at all as well. Um, so yeah, I think I mean what bothers me the most with this design over here, apart from I really forced it a lot, is for one that there is the removal, unconditional removal over here. And for two is the color identity, especially with the theme of the zeros. I don't love. I kind of want it to be colorless. I could have seen it be black, but black I could try and push for a void theme, but the damage X over here is, let's say, wonky at best. Uh, and yeah, like I say, if I do like Mr. Void guy in Rakdos, it's kind of weird. Give it a short name. Yeah, yeah. No, it's just on the other hand, since this is kind of uh, you know, like funky, weird, I'm trying to have zeros everywhere design. Um, it's kind of weird if you just go, Planeswalker dude, Ragdos Planeswalker. For some reason, this guy has zeros everywhere. It's, but I mean, I think this is a bit of a bust this week, anyways. This design is really, really, really forced. So, uh, honestly. I think this is the one time with all these Comcast interruptions and all this like uninspired, improvised Monday night streaming. This is the one time that I'm the least happy with the design. But on the other hand, this streaming needs to happen tonight, and it's already probably nearing 40 minutes. So I think this is as good as we're gonna get tonight. I would love it to fit on the card, but I'm gonna try and find the new. Oh, but it is the new layout. Yeah, it is the new layout. So I might have to try and rename something and try and make it fit over here so that I can see the bloody one. And just call it an attempt at doing a zero theme Planeswalker and ask for people for their help in making it better. So yeah, thanks Wilson for joining us tonight. This is gonna be the end of this episode. We're doing this every week. I don't know if you're familiar, but I'll be happy to provide with a better experience next week, possibly with having a little bit more preparation. Like I said, it was pretty improvised this week. But yeah, do check out all our previous episodes. For everybody looking to the episode on YouTube, etc. Once I patched it up from the several different little broken pieces of videos, thanks Comcast again, sponsored by Comcast tonight. Do follow, subscribe, and come back next week for a better one. The article will be up not tomorrow, the day after, Wednesday, on bullseye.com or WordPress. I definitely need to update those URLs over here. I do have responsible.gmg.com that you need to check out as well, where you can actually oh, I should show you actually. You can see my little portal now. Copy, paste. Little portal over here. Responsiblegmg.com, where you're going to be able to get to, this is not the best angle, but you got the idea. You're going to be able to click on the links on the side. See that thing? Oh my god, it's great streaming again. Over here, damn you. Yeah, so you get the, because you really need to see that right now. Google, Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. This is where things are the most organized and look kind of nice. And then yeah, check out the episode and the article every week. Again, thank you very much for being around. And I will now tell you, see you next week. Man, this episode was hard. Bye bye. Have a great week. Have a great 7 days. All right, see you for next episode. Peace.